Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Glenn, and this is Chairman Kenny Johnson, and we're running together for the Rockdale Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor positions. Early voting starts October 17th, and it ends on November 8th. We are looking forward to seeing you at the polls, and make sure that you vote for Tim Glenn and Chairman Kenny Johnson for the Rockdale Soil and Water Conservation District Supervisor positions. The reason why we want you to vote for us is because of the problems that are plaguing the Rockdale community. Before us, right here, we have a map of the plans, development plans throughout the community. Chairman Johnson, do you want to share with them what this is and what this entails and why it's important?
This is the development plan for Miller Chapel Road, where they're trying to build all those townhouses. I think it's a total of about 600. And I had disapproved of this, and they decided to just continue and break the law.
Why did you disapprove of it?
I disapprove of it because it didn't meet the standards that the state and the federal government set under Federal Section 402 and Federal Section 404. That is under the Clean Water Act. 404 is the Army Corps Engineer, that's wetlands and levees. 402 is the streams and rivers. There are streams on those properties, and there are wetlands close by.
So these properties basically are creating a problem for the natural resources that we got in these areas.
Correct.
Are they creating any other issues for the
Well, they're creating
community?
a lot of erosions that is flowing over into the other community, Weatherstones. So it's also going to create a lot of sinkholes.
Wow.
Also, it will be creating a lot of flood. Also, this overbuilding of townhomes will create raw sewage. Just to show you, these are the list that we get from EPD every month. If you see that we're having like 4,000, 7,000, 17,000, 20,000 of raw sewage flow out of manholes onto properties and onto streams. This is bad for our health. This is pollution.
Well, when you say raw sewage, you're talking about toilet water.
Yes.
What we flush down the toilet.
Yes.
And this list right here is a list of the properties that are affected by toilet water.
Right. And so
it's a lot of properties on this list.
A lot of it. That means the whole county, from North Rockdale to South Rockdale, they all have raw sewage spills from these manholes. As every month we get a readout. You probably heard that the county got fined. They got fined because they didn't report it.
So let me ask you a question. So, I mean, because I know that there's other problems too. Like I've heard citizens in our community complain about the overcrowding, the traffic, and the congestion in the areas, and that the infrastructure in those areas can't even really support that many townhouses in the areas where they're trying to build it.
Well, you're talking about the pump stations, which is 70 to 60 years old. The water have nowhere to go. If you see any rain coming, that's just compound the problem. Then you're talking about all the cement and all the asphalt. Asphalt in our community of hazardous waste and conservation, we call it D0021. That's CRESO. So when you start hearing during the summer, you hear during the summer when they say stay inside because of your respiratory problems, that means that gas coming from the asphalt and the cement is up in the air. So we basically building a cement city.
So let me ask you a question. So, because we got several, it's not, we talked about Miller's Chapel Road. We got several other plans in here. And basically what I see in here is a whole lot of stuff being built that probably shouldn't be built.
We are looking at an estimate of anywhere between 5,000 to 20,000 townhouses in the second smallest county in the state of Georgia. And our infrastructure is, like I said, is well over 60 to 70 years old. And we're looking at also stone water pipes that's broken all over the place, and a lot of stone water pipes that they don't know where they're at. You got to understand, in the 80s, in the 70s, those folks are died and gone off. They're not on computers. So when you see the sinkholes in your backyards and in your community, they have no clue that's stormwater pipe is running in your backyard. They go, oh, okay. Or they'll tell you, hey, that's your fault. You need to fill that up.
So let me ask you a question. And I think this is probably the most important question that people watching want to know. What are we going to do to fix this?
Well, the first thing we need to do is take care of the MOA. The MOA was removed. And so right now they're building illegally. The federal government know, that's why they investigate. And the state know. They all know that we got, that the MOA is not legal. Second, as soon as we are elected, we will be filing an injunction to stop all building, so we can get a grasp of what's going on. Third, we put everything back into the people's hands. You have a say-so of how your county should be looking. Whether you want more green space, whether you want more of a conservation and going on into your community. You don't want cement city. You don't want thousands of townhouses. That will be put back into your hand. Right now, we got it into the county, the city, the state hand. They already have a 10-year plan, but they didn't include you. And your vote matters.
So to sum it up, basically, a MOA, a federal injunction,
Yes,
empowers back to the community of Rockdale citizens.
that's correct.
Vote for Tim Glenn and Chairman Kenny Johnson, and we'll do that for you. Tim Glenn and Chairman Kenny Johnson for Rockdale Soil and Water Conservation District will get a community back the power to control what happens in their neighborhoods. We look forward to seeing you at the polls, October 17th.